and mad men differ radically. Bad men never appreciate kindness shown to them, but wise men appreciate and are grateful.
Hello, Capricorn. This is going to be your reading for the month of July. Capricorn sun, moon, or rising. How are you, Capricorn? Hopefully you're having an enlightened month. Being very conservative, balanced. As far as management is one of your strengths. So hopefully you're honing in on that. Spirit, what messages do you have for the sign of Capricorn? Seven of Swords. In the past, you had to possibly be the bigger person. You had to make light of something where it could have caused you to look at something the wrong way. If you didn't put flowers on the situation. I won't say flowers, but you made joy out of some form of painful experience in the past. Ten of Swords, oh my gosh. Very agonizing. You have the Seven of Swords, Ten of Swords. And you may, strength. You might have had to conquer something where others didn't question it. It's something you achieved on your own. And only you know when it's spiraling out of control within. So only you know. It's like you're pointing your pointers. When you need to make 2 points that could just change something. And you don't make them 2 points because of one reason or another. So you're putting your feelings at that moment on the back burner and you're enduring the turmoil. It's temporary. So you have the strength, you got the strength to move forward. So you just want to endure it. Except no one knows when you're in that Ten of Swords and the Knight of Swords at the same time. You got 10 different self-encouraging thoughts that you have to keep handy with you at all times for you to conquer when the Seven of Swords comes up. All right? And congratulations for that. Because sometimes you can literally answer, your Three of Wands, your own spiritual question on exactly how strong are you? Exactly where do you draw your strength from? How far have you advanced in your spiritual walk? And it's been a journey that you've kept secretly to yourself. You might not be among those that go out and fellowship with others or whatnot because of having an experience or two within needing to, you may have been transitioning into more spiritual instead of being, you felt stuck religiously. It was a repeated stuckness and you felt fulfilled at the points that others were making. And where do you draw this new source of direction to get you towards where you're going without losing sight of where you intended to end up? You might have had to grow out of being one of those that We'll get that phone call in the morning, and next thing you know, you just been in the car with the homies all day. Or so to speak, or I'm not saying you didn't accomplish anything, it's just that you had to change from being one of those that not even car hop, you circumstance hop. Once you solved one problem, then they made the phone call, hey, you know what, I figured it out, and this person just solved that, oh my God, and then that goes to one person like, oh my God, you know what, you can come solve this for me, and blah, 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 and then next you know, pew, you're on your way. And you became a problem solver for leisure. And when you did it for leisure, it kind of poured over into your personal space. So you brought your personal home self to the forefront in different settings, because the way that others celebrated your greatness, seeing them through, they didn't shoo you away. They didn't push you away when it came time for them to celebrate. They were more one of those, hey, here, we poured you something too. And I'm not saying all people celebrate, with substances. People grow out of that, whether it's a strawberry Fanta or something, or just a bottle of water too. You were not left out. And that might have tied back to knowing that the reasons that you are finding fulfillment in certain circumstances are linked to how you were treated years ago. So that was your strength, that is your strength. That's what makes you get up and go, and present yourself, emerge. And instead, it's asking with the Queen of Pentacles, you want to stay focused, because the Ten of Swords that comes up though, it's interfering. And even if it's a short interference where they take like about 30 minutes to pull yourself together, those 30 minutes of conquering those thoughts seem too much and whatnot. So you don't want to whine about it. You have to know that it's all right. And now that I said whine about it, you got the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Swords. You might have been learning not to fight your emotions and knowing that there's strength in your tears, all right? Male or female, divine masculine, divine feminine. There's judgment. You want to make sure, and you have the Knight of Cups. That's the Knight of Cups. Knowing that Knight of Cups isn't going to get inferior, that they're specializing in something that normally comes with time. And some take over XYZ amount of years and is doing things as if they're beyond seasoned in accomplishing these things. So, you know how people say, this person been around some old heads or something. And that's just that on that. You seem to do things in that way. And the difference is, instead of, and you don't judge people, it's just learn early the changes that they would have made earlier, but they've come accustomed to staying that way. So now that's the true meaning of the game. So you're kind of learning the game, and be the best you by making available what you're doing to sustain your newness. Seven of Swords, you might be walking away from drinking because you got 2 Seven of Swords. So keep going, and you may just be celebrating 1 month. You might be celebrating 1 week. Keep going. I know when I got to probably about my third year of just sobriety, I was proud. So keep going. It's possible. It's possible. So, because you got the Three of Wands and the Three of Cups. You might have thought, oh no, what am I going to do without these same people that I'm used to communing with, though? How different is my life going to be if it changes and it's just, yourself? That might be what you're thinking. And God is going to put you into motion where you have to use you're going to get the reward from being strong while moving about in this world. So, because only you can move the way you can, and only you can find why you move the way you do. Only you can find the true meaning of a life worth living for you. And there's no telling what you're going to find along the way. It's like picking up a treasure hunt sheet, and there's this path you have to walk amongst these beautiful streams of just greatness and nature and whatnot. And you're like, I don't know what I'm going to find along the way, but I know I have to listen. I have to be alert. I have to accept what I see. I have to accept. You can't be in denial. It's like looking and it's like, all right, pick up this peacock ore. Like, that's peacock ore right there. All right, pick up this tourmaline. That's tourmaline right there. All right, and so forth and so forth. And whatever else is on there. So you might have been in a predicament where you doubted, why me? Why do I gotta have this car? And then God put you around different people where you, in contrast, you like, wouldn't none of these people be able to do my calling? And God will test you that way, where God will pick everybody but you. God will start picking other people but you, until you accept you. And it's not that you left out or the opportunities passed. If you look at history, no opportunity runs out. You just can't run out on you. And if you need to emotionally deal with the times where you felt ran out on, do it. Do it. And don't hang around people that have let people treat them any kind of way, but they respect the people that treat them any kind of way. But when they get to you, they treat you how other people treated them, though. They want to recoil from you. No. Because that also might be linked to this Ten of Swords or whatnot. You might have had somebody that took out their anguish and pain on you. If a day of work was too hard, they come home and just at you because you're the most absorbable of what they truly meant to say. And they don't have to perfect what they say, they just let it. Because you're also the closest they think you're strong. They know the love that you have for them is strong because it's natural. But that's that Seven of Swords energy too, with the Three of Cups. And also the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Cups. So you want to make sure that's not the reason of going out to consume. Because right there, you have the Nine of Cups and the Four of Cups and the Three of Cups. That's learning something that you think is good for you because you learned it from somebody that was that was a setback for them, for their actual existence. It was ruining them. It's just that you see that before it goes too far, the fun part. But the only part is, it's something you do 3 times a day, 30 days a month, every month. So you got the King of Pentacles and the Devil. You might even be doing it at work. So it's something that, or thinking of making a career of it. Also, when it comes to certain circumstances, you got the Knight of Cups, Nine of Cups, Four of Cups, Three of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. You don't want to be with the divine masculine that is solely working on thyself. You would want that person, right? You just want to make sure that you're not amongst a distraction. That's why it's good to have a equally balanced prayer life. At least a gratitude life where you could at least say thank you. You know, somebody that you can be around and be like, thank you, God. That's right, thank you, God. Man, they moving right along, right? Man, ain't it? Or isn't it? You know, the day is going great, actually. And I pray it continues to go great for you, you know? Let me get back to doing what I'm doing. It's pretty light. You know, it's 11:11 right now while I'm doing this for the grace of Spirit. Amen. All right. Namaste. Namaste. All right. So we also have it where you don't want to get caught up in vanity. You know, you may have somebody around that when you go, they just want to always have you look at the newest, whatever they got on, just to get you to respond to them a certain way, and so you could jump their bones, pretty much. And they may have an imbalanced intimate life. They might need to be more intimate with God as far as how important God is to them, and use that time better instead of celebrating in that way. All right, look up the totem animal of a fish. Also, you may have been doing something where you know how you have those people like, why this person so happy? You might have somebody, and if that's you, don't do that. Where this Capricorn got somebody out there where, why this person so happy? Well, I ain't heard from them. Something fishy about that. Something fishy about that. You know, so be aware of those that you haven't heard from, and they used to be a part of your phone calls of acknowledgement or whatnot, where they'd be like, you know, yeah, I heard about such and such and woo, 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 or whatever. And instead, they not a part of your I heard. I heard. They not a part of that, you know. At some point, you could be working on the love that's important, and you ain't trying to have anybody say anything wrong. You're not trying to share it with anybody, and you might have to communicate that with a different person, because that's also this. I see it a little bit, you know, it's using judgment on how y'all move when it comes to any kind of thing of love. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. Because you got the Judgment, the Strength, the Knight of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. You might have a female, babe, why you don't say nothing about me? Because he a fool. And let somebody say something wrong about you. Next thing you know, he in the Knight of Swords, beheading the dragon. Then you in the Ten of Swords. There ain't no telling what kind of reprimand he gonna face. And it's the Seven of Swords. You could have just left it at that. Learn to celebrate in the midst of something that seems hard. You know what I'm saying? And you turn that Seven of Swords with them butterflies around it to one day you're gonna have security at your wedding, and butterflies are gonna be in the air, but y'all made it. You know, it's gonna be something like that. And because that's also the Four of Cups too, a person observing and staying so focused that no matter what they wear, they're the same person on the same intent, but steadily improving and whatnot. So yeah, you got the Devil, the Star card, and the Chariot. And the Star card is not anything other. It's not a profession. It's literally showing up as your true self, your greatest self. Yet it's also about what is your calling. What is your calling? So y'all might be in the same field of study, field of interest, whatever it is. But congratulations, devil is a lie. Then I don't believe in it though. Just change the way you live. Don't hold on to all the time somebody say, that's rare. That rarely happens. That's unheard of. Blah 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 and whatnot. And congratulations for having that person around that tells you that is that person that seems unheard, but they not unheard. That continues to tell you to go ahead and follow through with who you are. It's just you probably if somebody got the go ahead from God to go ahead and tell you, could keep being who you are and stay courageous. You go ahead and tell them back too that, I see the beauty in you too. And you can rest assured you didn't tell that to an arrogant, cocky, conceited person. You sometimes Capricorn symbolize that they know how to avoid a bad way of doing something too. That's just that on that. So don't get discouraged. It's also when you see the double card, that just means having the audacity to put something to rest that others never thought you would change as a quality of yourself. That's all the death card means, really. That's the Scorpio card, double card, and death card, But that's also taking, not needing to do something. Like Scorpios do things to the bare maximum just to get to the ending that they want. So it's also noticing how to not get them energies mixed up. You could start something in October and be doing it all the way to December. And next thing you know, your whole life is revolved around it. So that might be that 3 of Cups. And just be prepared right now. Try to get a hold on it right now. Get a communication cleared up. Get some kind of game plan. And all you need is that extra step to say, damn, I might have tripped or I might have stumbled, but I'm going to keep going. That's all it takes to get to success. You just got to keep going. Sometimes God will have you trip or lose your balance real quick on purpose, just to see how you're going to respond to it, to get you acclimated to it. Because it's better to do it while you're in the comfort of your own than to be out in the world. But guess what? When you do it out in the world, make sure you got that home base within you where you can be like, what, I caught myself, and let that be that. And that's what you should never let anybody make you dull down, is your self-awareness. It's not cockiness. It's not self-centeredness. It's not conceitedness. Because you might be somebody that teaches from experience. You take one to know one. That's beautiful. So you might just really only want a truth teller around you, no matter what. If you like long movies, you might like to spend a long time with somebody that got nothing but good things to talk about, whether they tough things. It's always some good to find in it, and they do the same thing with you too. They do the same thing with you too. They listen to you, and they help make your day, and they bring about that divine feminine within you that no one else can, and you approve of it. The best way to acknowledge the self-divine feminine is to be put in it, stay in it, practice it, approve of it. You have to really approve of it, and you have to appreciate it. You can't really neglect it. So be around those that don't neglect themselves and cause you to neglect yourself, and without blaming them, they don't even tolerate you neglecting yourself either. So anyway, Capricorn, have a great July. Namaste.